Taylor?
Jake, how's it going?
How's it going?
Pretty good.
So, clearly that we're in this interview situation, you obviously are looking to acquire a personal trainer. So what would be some of the reasons that you're looking to have me help you?
Honestly, just building mass in the workout aspect and just a little bit more discipline in my day-to-day.
Okay. So, given that you're kind of looking for that discipline, what kind of discipline are you talking about in particular?
Just being able to carry over hard work and as much focus as I can from the gym over into my day-to-day.
Right. So, when you say day-to-day, though, like, are you talking about, do you have a job in particular or something?
Yeah, just our office job, we'll say, and then also just in schoolwork. Schoolwork is offering a little bit more discipline and a little more self-confidence, I guess.
Right. So is it kind of like a motivational thing that you kind of can't find that motivation, or is it
100%, yeah. Motivation is definitely a big part of it, and this can definitely help me. I feel like with a personal trainer, I can get that extra push of motivation in my life.
So why do you think that this will help in terms of motivation?
Being able to understand the workouts that I'm doing and why I'm doing them definitely gives me a little bit more structure. It allows me to not only after we're done with our partnership that I'll be able to do it on my own, and then I can carry that throughout my life as well.
And also with that, I'm assuming that you could also feel more confident almost, right?
100%. Confidence is a big factor, and that would definitely help a lot too.
So are you currently going to the gym right now? Or?
Yes, I currently go roughly 4 days a week and work out as many body parts as I can, obviously in a structured manner.
Right. So when you mention motivation in that day-to-day stuff, do you find it easy to be motivated when you're in the gym?
Yeah, 100%. Because with all the mirrors around you, it definitely shows you.
Oh yeah.
Definitely shows you where you're.
Like what you're working towards.
Yeah,
right?
no, honestly, like what you're working towards, and then in the future that I can see exactly what I want to be.
Right. So it's almost kind of like an aesthetic thing as well that you.
In a way, it is. It definitely helps with confidence for sure. Yeah.
Right. That makes sense for sure. So kind of given that I'd be able to meet those goals, how would you kind of see that your life changing for the better? Let's say.
Honestly, being more healthy and having a healthier lifestyle, and being able to.
So when you say health, what is health to you?
A healthy lifestyle definitely is not only working out, but and eating right, but having a healthy mindset.
Right.
And just a healthy life in general. So basically, like, you can't be happy all the time, but definitely after a workout, I feel good about myself. I feel like I'm doing something for myself, and that in the long run, that can help my psyche and make
like be able to apply to your whole life.
Exactly, yeah.
Right. So out of those aspects that you kind of told me, like, what would be the ones that you really want to work on?
Definitely the discipline and hard work through transferring from the gym into my day-to-day.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So given that you have day-to-day, let's say, what would be, like, if you could run me through like a day, what would be kind of the stuff that you would want to work, like, be better at, let's say?
Definitely, like I said, with the discipline factor, like it involves school and working out. So being able to wake up on time and go to my classes, and then have the motivation to go to work out after school, even though I know I'm tired and I need to eat. But having that motivational aspect in my life, I can push myself to work a little bit harder and do better in the gym and do better in life.
Right. So kind of given that and all that information, have you ever kind of considered maybe going to the gym earlier in the day? Like, how do you feel after going to the gym?
So I usually go to the gym later at night, usually 9 to 11 p.m. I feel like it definitely helps me sleep a lot instead of having to wake up early in the morning and go. I'm sure there's a lot of benefit or aspects that help you if you go work out in the morning. Have a more productive day. You feel more fulfilled. You've already completed a task early in the morning, and then throughout the day you'll have more discipline. But in my day-to-day, I can't really do that. I have early classes already, so I'd probably have to wake up around like 6 a.m. to do that, which isn't, I'm not saying it's hard to do, but...
Well, I mean, it's all relative, though.
It is, so being able to, like, come home from school, then go to work, and then work out, it just gives me a little bit more time to be in the gym.
So given that you kind of mentioned that it's a little bit harder to get up in the morning, let's say, to go work out, how do you find your energy levels throughout the day?
They definitely can be depleted through, like, even just like after few classes that I have. So that does lower my motivation with lower energy. So I definitely like to, have more energy throughout the day, I guess.
So does that kind of feel more like a mental energy? So are you kind of feeling more like less motivation to do stuff, or is it kind of more like you physically feel tired?
I think it's a little bit of both. There's definitely physical. I'm physically drained sometimes throughout the day, but probably mainly emotionally, which definitely slows down the motivational process.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Which definitely I need to increase. So
right. No, that makes sense. So kind of moving aside from that too, is there any like sports that you've played in the past or anything like that? And kind of how, along with that actually, how was your motivation through those sports and being in those team environments?
Being in a team environment definitely bumps up your motivation, because you have your buddies around you that you see pretty much every single day, not only for me on and off the ice in hockey, but working out and doing training programs with them. So you're there day in, day out with them, and just have that extra motivation to get better for not only yourself but for them as well.
So it's kind of just like fun to work out with other people.
100%.
Yeah. So do you ever work out with anyone on your own time?
Yeah, 100%. I try to bring in a couple of friends that I can. Usually, ones that recently just started working out within the past 6 months. Just to share the knowledge that I have, that I've had from friends from before.
Right.
And then my knowledge that I have, and then put it onto them, and then just, start their motivation and just increase their process and make it a little bit better for them.
So how do you find that the workouts differ when you're alone compared to when you're with a friend?
I think definitely when you're with another person, if it may be a friend or a personal trainer, that you have that extra motivation, because you have someone else pushing you to say do one extra rep or whatever, or push yourself a little bit harder, and just having someone there to basically show you what you're doing wrong, or if you need to increase certain weight, just whatever, anything to help you, obviously.
So it's just kind of like that accountability almost.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good for sure.
Yeah.
So how often would you say you work out with a friend compared to by yourself?
Usually on a 4-day, out of the 4 days, probably 2 days a week.
Okay.
As much as I can usually, yeah.
So that's almost kind of like a good balance too.
Yeah, I mean, more along the lines of working on your own, and then having someone else there to push you as well, to see if your energy levels, I guess, are higher or lower in those 2 days. And usually it's definitely higher when I'm working out with my friends, for sure.
So that almost could be like an extroversion thing too, like you feel like you get a little bit of energy being around people that kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely bumps up, like you said, my energy, and just gives me a little bit more motivation to work out.
So this almost could be almost sort of like a companionship type thing, right? So if instead of it being me saying, hey, do this, do that, it would be more like Taylor, like joking around. But
all jokes aside, when you're doing that, you're still actually pushing me to do the things that you want me to do, and that you want me to work on myself, to better myself, and while still being more of a friend than just a colleague, I guess.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that's everything.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Taylor. That was good. That was better. That's only gonna have